Now for global business updates, Rotus Oddiri joins us. Good morning, Rotus.
Good morning, Dr. Bati. Good morning, Rufai. Good morning, Ayo. Good morning to all our viewers.
Rotus.
And good morning to Damilare and Mayo. I hope I don't mess up. I think it's all Mayo. I said Mayo. Two young gentlemen, aged 10 and 11, that walked up to me in a restaurant yesterday and said, with such confidence and eloquence, Mr. Rotus, we watch you every morning on the morning show. I said, you watch business? He said, yes, our parents make sure we watch business news. When I was 10 years old, I was watching cartoons. So shout out to your parents. And I was incredibly humbled. So good morning to you too as well. Now, let's start with Argentina. Mr. Javier Milei is in some serious trouble ahead of October 26 midterm elections. What's the name of his party? Libertad Avanza, which means Liberty Advances, is his political party that suffered those losses in Buenos Aires. Now, since that time, markets have lost confidence in the ability of Argentina to be able to maintain the peso. The peso has been deteriorating since that time. Milei is so desperate to avoid a devaluation ahead of the midterms, which will play into the opposition, that they've sold, this is as of September, they sold about $1.1 billion of their reserves to try to defend the currency. But here's another thing they're doing. On the one hand, they're selling US dollars to try to prop up the peso. On the other hand, they are offering short-term interest rates, letra capitales or something, what it's called. They're LECAP rates, LECAP notes. They are short-term notes that are offered in order to drain liquidity from, that is peso liquidity from the market. When you drain liquidity from the market, you reduce the amount of pesos that are available in the market to go and bid for US dollars. Also, you're offering higher rates to people to hold pesos in order to incentivize them to keep it. Now, the flip side of that coin is that you're making borrowing more expensive, you are choking investment and so on and so forth. But look at this rate. This was pretty incredible. This is the short-term rates here. 37.3 is what they were in July 1st. We've charted them from August 1st, 1st of September, and then look at the 19th. They went all the way to 81.1%. As of yesterday, 86.9% is where those rates hit. Now, this has partially backfired on the Argentine government because the confidence in the peso has fallen to a level to where that investors are demanding ridiculously high rates in order to hold those pesos. So he's in some real issues here with respect to what's going on in peso. We'll have to see what happens. Kristalina Georgieva, the IMF World Bank spring meeting, annual meetings begin next week. I think yesterday she said they're going to review the next round of talks with Argentina. Scott Bessent has said that they're going to give them a credit line. Well, other people are saying U.S. farmers whose soybeans are not being bought by China, they need a bailout. Meanwhile, you want to give Milei a $20 billion credit line. Either way, Argentina is in trouble. This takes me to Nigeria. The Naira closed at 1,470 to the dollar yesterday. So the Naira appreciation continues. Now, Rufai, we're talking about the farce or whether the exchange rate is this. Nobody cares about that. What people care about is stability, which is why the Argentina example is very, very pertinent at this point. There are light years between the Naira and the peso. While you also had FTSE Russell talking about the confidence in the currency and the transparency in Nigeria's foreign exchange market, which is why Nigeria is now on the watch list to be added back to the frontier list for FTSE Russell. Over in Argentina, you've got just, so it's like, one day, maybe I'll chart it on this wall to show you where the peso and the Naira are going. So it is about stability, stability, stability. Whether the Naira is trading at 1.5 or 1.4 or 1.3 or 1.1, people don't care. They just want to know that it is stable, I can plan accordingly, I can import accordingly, and so on and so forth. Meanwhile, the NGX, it just keeps going up. It just keeps going up. 41.58% as of yesterday. This is so far the gains on the Nigerian Stock Exchange. Again, it's a similar story with respect to where the currency is, how that is impacting profits for businesses that are publicly traded in Nigeria. Again, talk to your financial advisor. Don't miss out on the rally. Find out your risk tolerance and then allocate your portfolio. In fact, we had a treasury bill auction yesterday. I didn't have enough time to get the table up. I'll put that on. But that treasury bill auction continues the narrative for the last sovereign bond auction for Nigeria, which had a high level of demand. It also follows through with the savings bond, that window that was opened as of yesterday or as of Monday. Same thing with the T-bill auctions. We'll get those numbers tomorrow. Let's get to, you can't get a good idea without talking about artificial intelligence. Warner Music Group, the president says that AI will boost the value of human artists. He was at a forum yesterday hosted by Bloomberg called Screen Time, and he essentially said, his name is Robert Kinsel, he essentially said that the deluge of fake, or we can call it fake, or AI music will push people to seek more value from human artists. Warner shares did fall yesterday, sell their 0.2 of a percentage point, 32.65 is where they closed in trading yesterday. But we included the question, which is something people have been asking about AI music, that was asked by the moderator, and take a listen to his answer.
And so you think that AI music, rather than replace, you think that AI will expand the pie rather than replacing some of what you already have? Because if people are choosing to listen to AI music, doesn't that mean they're not listening to Ed Sheeran, Bruno Mars, Cardi B?
So I'll tell you how we're putting our money where our mouth is. We believe that in the world of AI, branded, big, recognizable music will become more valuable. There'll be a lot more music, and there'll be a lot more unrecognizable music, which will increase the noise and frustration and all of that. But we believe that music from big stars, recognizable music, sort of branded IP and music from stars, will actually be more valuable. We believe it so much that us and our partners at Bain Capital have put together a $1.2 billion JV to buy copyrights just like that. So it's not just us believing it. We have really smart people on Wall Street who believe.
Have you guys announced?
All right, so just to buttress the point, that last part here, he says that they're putting their money where their mouth is in order to bet on human artists despite the flood of music from AI. So Warner Music and Bain Capital, everybody remembers Mitt Romney from the 2012 election with Barack Obama. That's his private equity company. They have a $1.2 billion joint venture that they've put together to purchase copyrights in order to support artists. So and think about it, if you listen to music, would you want to listen to an AI artist, or do you want to have that established relationship with a human artist who you can follow on Instagram? They'll sign your merch when you go for their concerts. So that's why we'll see how things are going. We'll round off with Heygen AI. So this is a story on business productivity and artificial intelligence. We've talked about Sora 2 and how ChatGPT wants to embed every app you could possibly use in one platform. So whatever you want to do, OpenAI is saying that ChatGPT allows you to do it here. Now, Sora went viral last week because people were using it to create images of Tupac Shakur and Kobe Bryant walking around in Cuba, Michael Jackson and Prince arguing over who had a bigger funeral. Heygen is saying that for advertising, they have now used, and we talked about APIs, right? Essentially, they have embedded Sora within their platform to allow advertisers to basically just submit a product, and the AI will design an ad campaign for you. Now, what that means for copywriters and people who strategize on ads, whether they'll still have jobs, that's another story. But this particularly on business productivity on Heygen, take a look.
This is Brandon from Heygen, and today we're super excited to announce our integration of Sora 2. We are one of 6 companies and platforms that OpenAI has granted access to the API, and we're excited to share it with you today. As I'm sure you saw over the weekend, Sora 2 videos are absolutely creative, mind-blowing, and amazing. But I bet you thought Sora 2 was only for fun and memes. But we at Heygen think Sora 2 can be super useful for business communications, especially with our Avatar 4 integration. So starting now, here are the 3 ways that you can use Sora 2 inside of Heygen. Number 1, product ads. It's super easy. Go to Heygen homepage, click over UGC ad video, upload your product image, and then hit generate. And after that, there's nothing else you need to do. Our AI model will take your product image and generate a storyline. Then add an Avatar 4 as its narrator, and then create a UGC-style ad.
Meet Poppy Strawberry Lemon, a soda that's bright, bubbly, and only 5 grams of sugar. Refreshing strawberry meets zesty lemon in a can that's as good for your gut as it is for your taste buds.
That gentleman, just remember, he's not real. That ad you saw, all they did was upload the can of soft drink. Everything else was taken over by the AI. So it's something advertisers can look at. That's our update for today.
Okay. Yeah. No time.
Okay.
Oh. Argentina tomorrow. A lot.
Except that Argentina that you mentioned. Rotus is here worrying about his friend. Javier Melier. The man is a rock star at Movistar Arena. And he's saying, I'm human. Even if anything doesn't work, let's sing.
Dr. Badi, I thought it was people like Rotus that were saying, Afuera! Afuera!
Rotus, don't worry. You have escaped this morning. Otherwise, we have a lot to say.